creating the space and allowing me to step into this space. When I met with my son, I call him my son because it's just like a reflection of my earlier days. My ministry, Ethereal mission, the word Ethereal comes from the English word ethereal, meaning heaven. Ethereal mission is about anchoring heaven on earth.
Yes.
And this year, in August, we shall be 37 years old. And when the ministry started, but I did not start it, I was just healing, and I started healing from age 5. And I was just healing, and every month I used to do convocation in which I tell people about the all-lovingness of God. And over time, they just kidnapped me to become a minister. Because they chose that they don't feel good in any other place, so it became a church. Not because I wanted to. And when I met with him, I said, this is like a final version of myself. So I'm really willing to see the final Brother Ishmael Tetteh, the greater yet to be Brother Ishmael Tetteh, combined with Dr. Michael Beckwith, combined with everything that is good and possible in this young man. And today I've met Greg. Where is he? Yes, it's right there. I've met with Greg too, and I said, wow, this is a beautiful story unfolding. This is expansion actually happening. I'm really so overjoyed, I don't know what to share next. Maybe all I have to share is the joy that I feel deep within, because the joy I feel is God. Is my accent good so far?
Yes.
Okay. You know, I've had some problem with my accent, but over time, I've perfected it. When I came here the first times, I recall going to how do you call it? We say supermarket, we say mall. And I wanted to go to the to Wee Wee, you know. I asked for the place to do it, and somebody told me the restroom, and I said, no, I mean I want to Wee Wee. So I have to show a sign. You know, in Africa, things of the genitals are very sacred, so we don't speak openly. So I have to show a sign. I want to do. And each person told me the restroom. So I thought maybe the toilet is in the restroom. Because I was saying I want the toilet, and they couldn't find what I mean. So eventually I went in knowing I'll find the toilet in the restroom. I was expecting to see chairs and couches. I went in there, it was the toilet. It was the toilet. So ever since, I've learned to manage my language. When I'm here, I have to know to say the trunk of the car, not the boot. I have to say the blinker, not the trafficator. I have learned to say how to say multivitamin and not multivitamin. And such like. However, I'm so excited and so joyful because I can see the big expanded ministry. My eyes can see it now. And I can smell it, I can touch it right here, right now. That I'm really happy to be a part of this wonderful imaging consciousness, a final version of everything I've dreamt about. I could be over myself even saying, God, it's now time I can even leave my body and go because I've seen a final version of me.
Yes.
Wow. Thank you for the space. Thank you for the consciousness. And whether you like it or not, you are going to make it and be the greatness yet to be. Thank you. So I don't know what my topic is. Probably let me speak about today is Earth Day, interestingly. Earth Day. So let me speak of the power of possibilities. Because that's what we came from. Once upon a time, two organisms, and let me call them organisms for this discussion, who did not know themselves, did not look like each other, met in the crucible of creation. By organisms, I'm speaking about two simple organisms that I call the sperm and the ovum. And even though they did not look like themselves, when they saw themselves, they reflected in each other and started calling out potentials out of themselves that did not exist previously. Each of them could survive for a maximum of 3 days. But when they met, they survived for 300 days. Right there in the crucible of creation that you may choose to call the womb, they invited from themselves, bones appear, muscles, eyes, nose, and then many organs coming together, a whole human being was formed. Then came the moment of reckoning. There is this compelling energy in nature that compels everybody to step out of their littleness into something more magnificent, something more powerful and great. Imagine the little chick in the egg shell. It pecks with its soft beak on that rocky shell. The egg shell is its horizon. But when it succeeds to break out of that littleness of that eggshell, it comes and sees a bigger horizon. That compelling power compelled that little thing in the womb to break through the narrow canal with its big head and come out. It screamed into life and said, I'm happy to be here to participate in this adventure. Yes. Imagine the new world that it saw. When it was in the womb, it was feeling the feelings of the one. It was receiving nourishment passively from the one. Everything was supplied without any prayer or decree. Yes. But when that moment of reckoning came and it came out of the womb, remember, it can survive for only 3 days. It has now survived for 300 days. Meaning, it has lived its life perfecting one way of living for 100 lifetimes. But when that moment came, huge spiritual wisdom fired into this thing called a child, a baby. And it instantly knew that it must no more receive oxygen from fluid. It must receive oxygen from the air. In that moment, it knew how to shut the door instantly to the past. Yes. And step into something more magnificent, something bigger than itself in an instant. Yes. We don't need so many rituals to step into our magnificence. Yes. We have that coding in our system right here, right now. You have that ability to switch from the addiction of mediocrity and step into the greatness yet to be of yourself in an instant. Yes. Yes. You have done it before. Yes. And the memory of it is still within you. Take a deep breath and feel that moment. Feel that wisdom. And even though you have lived your life receiving nourishment passively, in that moment, the wisdom of the universe firing into you made it possible for you to know how to use your lips to suck. All this is speaking of the miracle of nature. And now you are receiving oxygen and some rationing. Now you're receiving abundant oxygen. And similarly, abundant sunlight. And similarly, abundant earth. And similarly, abundant water. Somebody say, I'm here for abundance.
I'm here for abundance.
So you're here to celebrate abundance. You stepped into it. Nature is addicted to doing good and outdoing good. And nature gives with reckless generosity to everyone who opens himself to receive. Yes. When the child was born, if it refused to cry and open its lungs, it would die. Somebody say, I'm willing to open my lungs.
I'm willing to open my lungs.
To embrace the abundance.
And to embrace the abundance.
It is painful to live in mediocrity than to live in abundance. Mm-hmm. To live in mediocrity is like the child saying, I don't want to cry out. Mm-hmm. So I want to share with you some principles. The question is, if we were brought into abundance, why is it that we are still experiencing lack limitation? What is it that is keeping us back? What is it that compels a person as though against his will to do wrong? Has anybody here experienced regret before? Okay, regret implies that you had the ability to do the right thing, yet you did the wrong thing. What is it that interfered like a virus in your mental system and prevented you from doing the right thing when you had the ability to do it? Has anyone overreacted here before? Overreaction implies that for the event that requires 1 ton of anger, you get 1,001 tons of anger. Where did the 1,000 tons of anger come from? Have you had a virus where there's nothing in your hard drive, but suddenly the whole hard drive is full before? Similarly, the viruses are playing in your mental field, filling you with unneeded garbage. And that's just because we are not living in harmony with nature. I'm told, tall as I am, I have to speak for 25 minutes. Good morning. My name is Brother Ishmael Tetteh. I am a universal citizen. I come from Africa, and nature is my teacher. I read 2 master books. The first is called Nature, and the second is called Me. So from the books of nature, I would like us to study what is it that we are doing wrong that is allowing the viruses. In what way do we set antiviruses into our mental and psychic system so that we will live a life that honors ourselves and nature? So I speak to you about some of these simple principles of nature so that when we step into them, we will live the magnificent, expansive life. The first one I want to share with you from nature is this. It says that life is about pain. Pain, P-A-I-N. Life is about pain. That's the reason why you came. I can see you nodding your head against it. You don't feel that's not true, isn't it? No. Life is about pain. Pain is the reason why you were born. You actually even blackmailed God to give you pain. Pain is the reason why you are here. Once upon a time, if I will put this into a drama, then this being spoke to God and said, God, who are you? Everything I am, that's what you are. And I say you are love, you are joy, you are peace, you are wisdom, that's what you are. Look, if I'm all that you are, how can I experience it? You are it, so you cannot experience it. And give me a way that I can really make it happen. So this ray of light was speaking to the sun. That is God. God is the sun, and the ray of light was speaking to the sun. And over time, the sun had no choice and said, okay, I'll give you a way. And the sun warmed the earth, and the waters rose and formed clouds. Then when the light passed through the clouds, it broke out the prism of its colors of love, joy, peace, and infinite possibilities. And it began to enjoy its colors of divine attributes. The cloud is the necessary resistance needed for you to break through, for you to reveal your God abilities and capabilities. So life is about pain, but pain is not about you.
Yes.
Pain is about the activation and expression of your innate potentialities. By age 18, everybody has suffered every known pain in the world. You have lied and been lied about. You have stolen, you have raped, you have murdered mentally, emotionally, and physically. By age 18, you've done all of the wrong things, and all of the wrong things have been done about you. To live your life complaining about the pains that you are going through is a waste of time and unneeded repetition. So we live our lives, my mother did this, my father did that, and this person did not give me what I needed. We live as though somebody owes us something. So instead of living our life to the fullest, we are stuck.
Life is about pain. So it's not important to tell me your tall stories, your lamentations. No one needs to hear them. We've heard enough. Come out with some news. And you keep telling the whole story, it's not news. So let there be news. You are here. You are not here in life to sneak through life unnoticed. You are here for something to happen. What did I say? I am here for something to happen. Can you say that?
I am here for something to happen.
Some live as though nothing must happen. It's okay if they just hide and sneak through and nothing happens. You are here to be an exclamation of the infinite good. And the way it happens is about pain. Even being born, your big head passing through the narrow canal was painful, am I right? And that was a needed pain for you to cry out and say, "Now I'm here to participate in the adventure." So life is about pain, but pain is not about you. Somebody say, "It is not about me."
It is not about me.
Now take a breath, allow the eyes to close for a moment, and make the statement again. It is not about me.
It is not about
Now
me.
take a breath and let it take you to the earliest age you can remember. Now make that statement mentally. It is not about me.
It is not about me.
Don't say it, just say it mentally. It is not about me. What is it that is not about you? Notice all the pains somebody is doing and causing against you, and just say, it is not about me. It is not about me. You are doing the best you know how. I'm not the reason you are having the bad attitude. I'm here to participate in the variety. Thank you for your darkness. It makes me know how bright I am. Tell somebody in your mind now. See that person. Thank you for your darkness. The person who caused you the pain, who gave you that darkness, say, thank you for your darkness. It made me see how bright I am. And when you do this regularly, it will clear all of the viruses out of your mind. The viruses of anger, hate, fear, the pettiness that makes you angry, fear. Take a deep breath, allow the eyes to open. It is not okay to be weak. Tell somebody. It is not okay to be weak. When you are angry, you are weak. When you are in fear, suspicion, jealousy, then you are weak. It is not okay to be weak. Tell somebody, it is not okay to be weak. It is not okay. You see, listen to me. You cannot afford not to be here. You are here by life acting on itself to be here as you. Life acted on itself to be here as you. And you can therefore not afford to be the wholeness of life and play it small. This is why it is not okay to be weak. It's not okay to live in shame, in anger, in guilt, in hurt, in fear. It is not okay. So when you see the darkness, say, thank you for your stupidity. It has made me to see how intelligent I am. Because foolishness is the only virtue that makes wisdom possible. Take a deep breath of that. So we are not here to complain. And that takes us to principle 2. Principle 2 says that no one owes you apology for any harm done to you. And no one owes you gratitude for any good you have done. So even though we don't need pain, by pain I mean all of the emotional, mental, and physical pain, people live their lives not in harmony with nature. You live having created a bucket, and you keep putting all of the pains in it. Somebody did this wrong against me. Somebody did that against me. And so what? Life goes on. Tell somebody, and so what? You see, there are 4 things I mentioned here. I like to mention what I call the 4 shows. Action or inaction. That is one, action. The second one is expectation. The third is interpretation. And the fourth is intention. when the action or the inaction is done, it is your interpretation and your expectation that made you to judge something as wrong. How many of you have done something intending it right? You did what you know was right, but eventually it was wrong. How many of you? So do you see? We've all been there. It was not intended to hurt you. She did the best they know how, based on their limited knowledge and experience. It is your expectation and interpretation that is causing you the harm. Nobody is hurting you. So no one owes you apology for any harm done to you. If they knew better, they would have done better. You do not know their own story. Some of us live our lives blaming our parents. Check this out. How many of you, here, please bear with me. How many of you have blamed your parents for something and you've observed that you are doing the same thing? Good morning. You see, I love something in the Bible. Of all the commandments, is the only commandment that comes with a promise. It says, honor your father and your mother, so your days will be long upon the face of the earth. That's the only commandment that comes with a promise. You see, honoring your father and your mother is not something you are doing for them. It's something you are doing for you. Because you carry their genes. Not only their physical genes. You carry their spiritual and their psychic genes. To honor somebody is to identify what is praiseworthy, speak about it, and promote it. So when you honor your father, you are honoring those genes of that man in yourself. Because in dishonoring him, you are focusing on those negatives. And since those negatives are in you, then you are watering the negatives in you, and the negatives will grow. So you eventually manifest the negatives that you focused on in their lives. Even if they did not care for you, they gave birth to you. Excuse my language. Making love requires effort. Making love requires effort. So even if they did not care for you, they gave birth to you. That moment of making love was a divine moment with nature. Was a conspiracy of nature. You did not cause it. Nature brought them together for that conspiracy moment, and you must therefore respect them. It is not respect you are doing for them, you are doing for yourself. But we live our lives complaining what they did wrong, what they didn't do wrong. Do you know their story? They too have their story. We are all victims of victims of victims. But you can stop it now by simply saying, no one owes me apology for any harm done to me. Can we say it?
No one owes me apology for any harm done to me.
And the second part is, no one owes you gratitude for any good you have done.
No one owes you gratitude for any good I have done.
You see, we live our lives stopping the flow of nature's goodness through us. Because I did some good, he didn't come to say thank you. She didn't come to say thank you. So I will no more do good. You have no right. I dare tell you in the face with the finger today. Your parents have stopped saying that. You have no right to stop the good of nature flowing through you. In needing gratitude, you stop the flow. In needing gratitude, you are saying that if he, she does not come to thank Expansion Church, then there will be no more goodness. If Expansion Church will not thank me for the generosity I gave last week, I will no more give big check. Do you see what we do? But the truth is this. You do not have any power to do any good. How many of you have come through this before? You did not want to do the good, but before you realize you've done it. So keep the hands up and say, life does its good through me.
Life does its good through me.
So you don't do the good. Life does the good through you. Are you responsible for the breath, the knowledge, the idea, the capacity that enable you to do the good? In needing gratitude, you are stopping the good. You see, people like gratitude. Once upon a time was a young boy who
received a great gift at Christmas. He was living with his single mother. The father had died. And the pastor came and gave him a bike he's been praying for years. He felt so good. And the boy ran upstairs. He didn't come down to say thank you to the pastor. After a few hours, the mother and the pastor were anxious, so they went upstairs to look for the boy. Why? You are rude. You didn't say thank you. He said, Mommy, you see, I'm so happy. I want to find a bigger word than thank you. He has put all the encyclopedias and the dictionaries around looking for a bigger word. Now, for that 1-2 hours, when you had not come to say thank you, all the negative thoughts you are thinking are in your mind and they are fertilizing your own body, fermenting your own body, causing you disease. In Africa, for example, if you were to do something great, magnificent for me, I will not say thank you. I will have to go and look for somebody honorable. Tell the person to come and thank you. And the person will spend maybe a week or two and also find somebody honorable at dawn, they come and knock your door. So if I didn't say thank you, and 1 week you keep thinking, he is ungrateful. The picture of ungratefulness is in your mind, not in the person who has not said thank you. So it is you who is poisoning yourself. So no one owes you gratitude for any good you have done. You did the good because nature, life, wants to do that good through you. The moon keeps reflecting the light of the sun and has never asked any question. The sun has never said, I'm always shining on you and you are not shining back on me.
I'm going to write that one down. Oh my God.
Good morning. So take a deep breath, allow the eyes to close for a moment. And I want you to make the statement, no one owes me apology for any harm done to me.
No one owes me apology for any harm done to
And I
me.
want you to say it several times mentally. And with each time, go back and look for who is this statement addressing. There is somebody this statement is addressing. Look into the face of the person and tell the person, truly, you don't owe me apology for any harm done to me. You did the best you know how based on your limited knowledge and experience. Yes. Are you seeing them in your mind's eye? Yes. You did the best you know how. Now you need to do this practice. Take a deep breath, allow the eyes to open. You need to practice this so that all the viruses of anger, hate, fear, jealousies will all be cleared. Then you will step into your possibilities. One more. You see, apart from food, clothing, and shelter, one thing we all crave for very much in life is to be understood. When we are understood, we feel loved. We feel we are receiving the needed attention. We feel supported. In fact, the Bible enjoins us that with all of your getting, get understanding. How many of you here will truly want to be understood? That is the problem you are having. Nature did not create you to be understood. You are not meant to be understood. Take a deep breath. Let's study it from the cause of nature. You are a mystery. You are a gift that is being unwrapped. There are many times you do things that surprise you. Has it happened to you before? You did something that surprised you means that you don't even know and understand yourself. When you don't know and understand yourself, how do you hope somebody will know and understand you? You are not meant to be understood. In needing to be understood, you are not authentic. You are always trying to shift yourself, shape yourself like amoeba to fit into people's perceived opinions. At the end of the day, you don't know who and what you are. You are lost. You are not meant to be understood. When they don't understand you, it is simply saying that you are a mystery.
We are here on earth to explore our own mystery, our own magnificence. Moment by moment, we are to participate in the magic of the wonderment of life that is coming through as our lives. You are a gift of life. You are life that has come into its own. You are the very life of life, and life is a mystery. You cannot embrace all of the mystery of life. You have to participate in the magic, in the wonderment of your life, and in each person's life. You are not meant to be understood. Understanding is a gift you get in a moment. In the understanding you get this moment, you must not use it as a measure to measure the same person the next moment. Because the person is changing. Be like the tailor. Take measurement afresh every second. Because life is coming to its own glory. And you do not know the whole story. So do not punctuate your life. Do not punctuate the story of your life, because God is telling his story as you. God is coming into its own being, into its own form and glory as you. And you have no right to punctuate God's story about you. Don't put comments and full stops. How do you call it in Americans? Full stop. Period. Don't put comments and periods. God has not put comments and periods in your life. Step into the realization that you did not pray for your mother's breast to be filled with milk. When you were born, in that sacred moment, as I explained, your mother's breast had been filled with milk already before you were born. And even the first breast milk colostrum contained antibiotics for your body. Nature knows what you need, and life has gone ahead of you, providing what you need before you need it. All you need to do is clear the viruses. Now take a deep breath, allow the eyes to close, and say, just hold on to that moment. Please kindly say to yourself mentally, I release myself from the need to be understood. Don't say that. Shout it. And go through all your life. Clear those viruses. I release myself from the need to be understood. It's okay if you did not understand me. I love and accept me for what I am. I am a mystery, a magic to be discovered and explored. It's okay if you do not understand me. I love and accept myself as I am. I do not know me, so it's okay if you do not know me. I am the mystery and the magic of life that I am here to explore. You can participate in the exploration of me. Just tell them. Can you see the faces as you say these? So I'll give you a few of those antiviruses. When you go home, please listen to them again, play them again. And each of these antiviruses address some specific Trojans, specific words, specific viruses in your consciousness. And take a breath, allow the eyes to open. And when they are cleared, then you come to realize that truly you are a magnificent being. Then you step into something that is new, something that is you. Then you begin to discover you. There is a you to be discovered. Finally, this afternoon I'm doing a workshop on that you. To show that you. To show what God came into itself as you. There is a you to be discovered, a trinity. A trinity. You are a love, intelligent, and creative being. But it's not enough for me to tell you. But first, clear the viruses. If you be with me this afternoon, we can go to study some of these things to know it, so your logical mind can know that truly this is what I am. And if I am this, then I can be more. Some time ago, I was having a very vibrant computer company.
the company that pioneered desktop operation and computer engineering to Ghana. I founded it in 1996. My customers really want to go until 98, so that I will be available to teach nature, to teach this, so we will know that life has already done it magnificently and abundantly. We just have to participate in the magic of our own lives. So we will know. How many of you have been loving before? How many of you have been kind before? Caring, intelligent. Somebody say, I am the universal spirit of love.
I am the universal spirit of love.
And remember to remember it. I will give you this exercise in case you're not able to come to me this afternoon. List in the book of Galatians chapter 5, it says that the fruit of the Spirit is love, peace, joy. Make time to take stock of the fruit of the Spirit that expressed through you. Yes. Give attention to your divinity. Yes. So you sit down and then you make a list of all the times you actually loved somebody, cared for somebody. And then read this to yourself. Every month, say how much you have grown. So you begin to focus on the God image that you are. What you focus on grows. Then when you step into your own true divine identity and image, the lies about you will begin to fade away. So step into your magnificence. Step into your God nature. Make a list of all of the fruits of the Spirit that have expressed in and through you. Then finally you will realize that which God is, that which I am, that has become your life, is revealing, evolving more of itself in and through you. Suddenly, something of you stepped away out of your own way. Suddenly, something bigger than yourself takes over you and begins to run your life. It tells you what to do in every moment. Suddenly, you start thinking, and the thinking of the universe begins to think itself in and through you. Then you step into what I say. When the scriptures say that I make all things new, nothing has changed, you begin to have a different understanding of life. You begin to see now with the eyes of the Spirit. You begin to know that I don't need to see. Let God see it through me. Yes. Let Spirit see it through me. Yes. Behold, all things are new. Yes. Now you look into someone. When you have activated the love spirit in you by doing the exercise, now when you look into the eyes of someone, you say, oh, Spirit of love that loved in and through me, that cared in and through me, show forth your glory in my brother. Yes. He has no choice but to be loving towards you. Yes. And you now position yourself to be a power that calls for the good out of other people. Yes. I am that power. Yes. You will have difficulty hating me. Yes. You cannot afford me. No. And you are that power too. My brother,